The objective of the lesson is to understand and use multi-word prepositions effectively. Now, let's first start with the introduction to multi-word prepositions. What are multi-word prepositions? Multi-word prepositions consist of two or more words that act as a single preposition. They express relationships such as the reason, a contrast, preference, exception, addition, or a choice. So they show relationship between things because of the way they are used. For example, many people prefer online shopping instead of going to physical stores. Here, prefer online shopping instead of shows us a choice between online and physical. So the word instead of introduces a choice. Similarly, we have other. Here are some types of multi-word prepositions that you can use for the following. For reason, you can use because of, due to, as a result of. Here's an example. For contrast, you can use in spite of. For example, in spite of the high price, designer bags remain popular. For preference, you can use rather than and instead of. Many young people choose fast fashion instead of sustainable brands. For exceptions, you can use prepositions like except for, apart from, other than. All items on the sale except for new arrival. Then addition. In addition or along with. Here's an example. In addition to clothes, the brand sells accessory. And lastly, choice. You can use the word instead of. Some people prefer handmade clothes instead of factory-made clothes is an example of a choice with the use of the word instead of. Now, what I'd like you to do is look at these examples and look how they have been used, what multi-word preposition has been used, and what is the role of the multi-verb preposition. You can pause the video here. Once you're ready, I'd like you to move on. On this slide, what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to read and underline the multi-word prepositions found in these 5 sentences. Once you've done that, I want you to identify the purpose. Is it for a reason? Is it for contrast? Is it for addition, exception, or a choice? What am I using the preposition for? You can pause the video while you're working on it. Alright, let's look at the answers. Number 1 is due to, which is a reason, in spite of, for contrast, instead of, here it's a choice or a preference, and except for is an exception, and in addition to is adding something or addition. Now let's look at another activity. In this part, I'd like you to look at the sentences and complete them with the correct multi-word preposition. You can choose one from the box to answer the question. Again, pause the video while you're working on it and answer the questions. Once you're ready, we will go and check the answers. Let's look at the answers. These are the answers to activity 2. Please pause the video to check your answers. Now to wrap up, multi-word prepositions help connect ideas clearly. They state either a reason a contrast, preference, exception, addition, or a choice. When we use them, we can communicate better and they help us make better sentences. Thank you very much.